Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this amazing cosmic portal, which is called LionsGate, of course, because the sun enters into the sign of Leo. Today is truly a high-powered day. This cosmic portal comes around every year, but it's not every year that I am urged to hold a channeling and meditation, but this year I was. And the reason for this is that this particular year, with all the various high energy work that is cosmically and individually on earth, all that work that is continually going on with or without our awareness, makes the energies coming through this cosmic portal even more high-powered this year. The LionsGate portal is the portal of individual power. And that is evident because the sun is in Leo. And as many of you might know, the sign of Leo is the sign of self-empowerment. It is the sign of understanding what power truly means. And whether you are born under the sun sign Leo or not, makes little difference. The LionsGate portal is a universal portal, and it urges every single one of us to define and redefine our perspective of personal power. And if for no other reason, this reason is enough to make this an extremely important cosmic event. Our judgments, our interactions, our communications, our connections, our relationships are all based upon this definition that each one of us holds about power. And your definition might be entirely different from mine. And it has very little to do with what the English dictionary might tell us about power. This definition of power is what you not only define it as, it's not only what I define it as, it's what we experience it as. How do we experience power? For someone, the word power might mean tyranny, because they might be facing that, encountering that at the hands of another, or they might be the tyrant themselves. For another person, power might mean something unattainable. Their truest definition of power might be a distant dream, because of how difficult they might find it to exercise that power. So you see, power is not what the dictionary tells us about strength and courage and all of that alone. No. Yes, it is all of that in the dictionary, but where you and I are concerned, it goes way beyond that. It touches at the very root of our experiences and our definitions of power, our individual definitions of power are so finely related to our experiences in childhood. We are not even aware of that. As we grow up, we tend to intellectualize these definitions, but deep within, the encounters and the experiences that we faced as children, they remain within us and they color our definitions of power. And for some, these colors are dark and dismal, and for others, they are bright and vibrant. But for most of us, they are somewhere in between. Another very important relationship with this definition of power is your relationship with yourself. But again, this relationship with yourself is dependent on the encounters that you had as a child with figures of authority, figures like your parents and adult caretakers and teachers and other such authority figures. What were your encounters and experiences with these figures in authority? And what did they make you feel about yourself? What was their perception of you? Because when we are children, the perceptions of those in authority around us are the perceptions that we hold as true. And our beliefs about ourselves, and therefore our relationship with ourselves, stems from there. And self-empowerment, therefore, becomes such a huge, for some, a battleground, for some, a bog and a marsh that is constantly pulling them down. And for some, it's like the mountaintop that they have attained. And on days like this, when cosmic portals allow energies of such high intensity to come through, and when the sun enters the sun sign of Leo, the seat of self-empowerment in the zodiac, which affects every single one of us, whether we fall under that sun sign, whether our ascendant, like my ascendant, is a Leo. None of these things make any difference. Every single person is influenced in exactly the same way. And then, of course, it falls on this particular date of 8/8. And I've been reading everywhere, and everyone is only looking at this 8/8 as the infinity symbol. And it goes so much beyond, because 8 is the number of rebirth. And that rebirth comes around every single year. And it doesn't have to be on your birthday. Who do you rebirth as on this day? Do you go through this period? And yes, it is a period, because although today is the peak of the cosmic portal, the portal energies started flooding our earth in late July with the full moon, and will go on for the next maybe another 10 days, maybe even a little longer. So in this period, how are you and I going to redefine ourselves? How are we going to, what is this rebirth that we are going to empower ourselves to go through? These are very, very deep questions. And really, no one can answer these questions for you except yourself. Ask yourself, if you haven't asked yourself already in the past few days, ask yourself now, here, and allow your inner being to just give you that answer. Do not intellectualize this answer, because intellectualization will take you down a wrong path. I can assure you. Let your inner being, let your cosmic being, let your God self answer this question here and now. In this 12-month period, from 8/8/22 to 8/8/23, what do I choose as my rebirth? What do I choose to be? What transformations do I determine for myself? Remember, this is self-empowerment. It's not about the earth. It's not about someone else. It's about you and you alone. It's about me and me alone. What is the spiritual rebirth? What is the energetic rebirth that I choose for myself? And give yourself a few moments of silence to allow that divine God self to answer. And then go with that answer. What is your answer? Do not second guess yourself. Do not second guess that wonderful voice that has answered you. Do not overanalyze. Do not overthink. Do not allow your intellect to come into this relationship between you and your divine self. And what rebirth means for your friend may be entirely different from what it means for you. And both answers are right. Do you have that strength in yourself to not only receive that answer, but to live this answer, to live this answer for 365 days? Because I promise you this, if you honor that answer that you have received, and if you honorably live that answer for 365 days, you shall look back at your life as it is today and wonder after a year how you have been able to transform so radically. You might ask yourself questions like, where did that timidity disappear? Where did the fear go? When did I stop getting anxious? When did I overcome the depression? When did I find the strength to stand on my own 2 feet? When did I become self-reliant? And these changes will occur without your constant everyday awareness. But on 8/8/23, when you look back, you will realize, wow, how did this happen? And it happened because you honorably lived the answer for 365 days. And it's not going to be easy to honorably live the answer. Because, for example, let us assume that your rebirthing is about, in every situation, speaking my truth, expressing my truth, expressing my desires, expressing my needs. Do you really think that there will be no occasion when you will stumble, when you might really want to just curl up and say nothing? You are going to be challenged. Whether your rebirth is about being consistently honest and not choosing lies in order to not be confrontational, do you really think it's going to be a cakewalk? If your rebirth is about paying attention, excuse me, paying attention to yourself, paying attention to your health, paying attention to your diet, paying attention to your exercise, paying attention to your physical health, do you think 365 days are going to pass by without you wanting to cheat? But these are the times when you have to honorably live the answer. No cheat days are allowed in this rebirthing. No cheat days are allowed. Not even a day, not even an hour is allowed. And of course, all of us, excuse me, we are going to stumble along the way, but pick yourself up. Dust yourself off and just move forward. Your goal is that ultimate rebirthing that completes itself by 8/8/23, because on that day, you shall choose another aspect of yourself to rebirth. And that is how we move forward with power. And that is what Leo is about. Using our power to rebirth. That is what Leo is about. Let us all move beyond the old teenage college years fascination of reading sun signs, and Leo is about vanity and boastfulness and egotism. These are all small aspects of it that thrilled us when we were 18 and 19 and 20. It's time we looked at the spirit of each sun sign, of each planet, the spirit of each of these. Not the superficial things that you read in a book and that are meant to be superficial so that everyone can enjoy it. So having said that, my beloved JadeFire is waiting in the wings, waiting for Ellaeenah to keep quiet so that he can speak. And for those who do not know, JadeFire is my cosmic overlord, and a large number of spiritualists know him as the Lord Sananda. Welcome. Welcome, beloved ones. To be here with you is a joy that we experience. And we experience this joy every time we are with you. But today it has a very special thrill to it. This child of ours spoke of the energies of what you have called the LionsGate as a very high, intense energy. But these words do not even begin to describe the frequencies. The energies that are coming through this cosmic portal this year are multi-galactic. Every year, the energies that you draw as a human race to yourself in this period of time is a galactic energy from your galaxy. But this year, you are drawing in energies not only from your galaxy, but from galaxies way beyond your own. And the reason why this is possible this year, why this is easily facilitated this year, is because of the crystalline matrix of the earth that has come awakened, that has activated the core of humanity. The crystalline matrix can be compared to a very high-powered antenna that can bring you signals from distant places. This crystalline matrix brings you communication, telepathic, energetic, spirit-based, from galaxies far beyond your own. And we would like you to use this multi-galactic energy not to change your world, not to change another, not even your children, but to transform yourself. She spoke very, very right when she said, it is a time of rebirth. Pay attention to yourself in the days that follow. In this period that started from the end of July, whatever happens to you draws your awareness to where the changes are taking place. This beloved one of mine, for a large part of today, struggled with sneezes and colds and sniffles. And she passed it as an allergy, probably a pollen allergy, she told her family. But what was happening is her spiritual rebirth, and because she is in constant communication with us, she had already chosen her rebirth. And she chose to be less judgmental, to be less opinionated. And so these energies worked upon her third eye chakra. And so this entire region faced the agitation of transformation. So you too shall face agitation first. This agitation is divine chaos, which is so important for transformation. The status quo has to be agitated, shifted completely. And the rebirthing that your spirit, your divine self, chooses for itself shall be the guiding stick that turns these energies, that creates the chaos. And this chaos could be within yourself, like in her case, or it could be outside. But if you face that chaos with awareness, with the consciousness that this chaos is in fact the beginning of the transformation, that this chaos is the beginning of the rebirthing that you, your divine self, have chosen. And if you pay attention to that, and if you live in awareness of that, you shall not resist the process of transformation, but you shall facilitate it and move forward with ease. But you must allow the agitation to take place. You must allow the chaos to take place. If you wish to remain at a comfortable, non-agitated, non-restless status quo, then you shall not be able to choose your transformation. It shall remain only a wish, an unfulfilled wish. In this period, the crystalline matrix is very, very powerful. And those of you who have already activated your personal crystalline matrix, become aware of that even your personal crystalline matrix is very, very high powered, is highly awakened, is intensely responsive to the minutest change in cosmic energy. And with this high activation, the psychic veil between you, between your world and other worlds, between your world and the spirit world, the psychic veil is very thin. This is the time to do whatever you desire to awaken your own psychic abilities, your mediumistic abilities, heighten your intuitiveness, encourage your creativity. Think out of the box. Live out of the box. Refuse to toe the line that you have been towing. Draw a fresh line. But let this line be a line in the sand, not a line in concrete. Because 365 days from now, we shall urge you to draw another line. The line you toe must be the line you draw. That is power. But power is not about rebelliousness. Power is not about taking up a gun. Power is not about calling out, shouting out slogans. Power is not about undermining, undervaluing, demeaning another. Power is having the ability to draw fresh lines for yourself, that you are constantly pushing your boundaries. You are constantly challenging yourself. In the next few days, before the cosmic portal dims. We want you to do a few things, and you may be surprised at some of them. And you actually may be surprised at the very first item that we name. The first thing we want you to do is grieve. Yes, you heard us right. We want you to grieve. Grieving is not the same thing as entering a state of sadness or being depressed or mourning. And it's certainly not about atonement or grieving is recognizing lost opportunities, recognizing them maybe with a bit of regret, but not repentance. Look back upon your life and grieve for all those opportunities that you allowed to pass you by, opportunities that could have led to your growth. And why do we want you to grieve for this? Are we asking you to live in the past? You know we are not. We ask you to grieve for these opportunities so that the next time the opportunities come around, and they shall, you are more aware, you are more conscious, and you are more determined to not allow them to pass you by. So we would like you to grieve. Grieve for those opportunities when you had the opportunity to be honest and truthful, but you chose to lie. When you had the opportunity to be fair, but you chose to be unjust. When you had the opportunity to rise, but you fell. When you had the opportunity to leave behind your guilt and shame, but you chose to victimize yourself and persecute yourself with guilt and shame. And this grieving will take you to the next step. We want you to free yourselves. Free yourself from the various binds and chains that you have put around you. Your beliefs and your thoughts and your opinions. Do you not see that these are chains that are tying you? These are chains around your feet. Every belief that is erroneous, that is negative, is a chain that holds you tight and does not permit the crown chakra and the third eye chakra to expand. Every moment of timidity and weakness is a chain around your solar plexus, strangling you. Every word of lie is a chain that is suffocating you. And there are chains upon chains upon chains. We would like you to free yourself. You might ask, JadeFire, what do I free myself from? The answer, beloved one, is we do not have that answer, but you do. Every day study your life. Become aware of your words, your thoughts, your reactions, your actions. There lie your answers. Break these chains. They are stifling the rebirth that you have chosen for yourself. The third thing we desire from you is commitment. Commitment is not about 15 minutes or 2 weeks or 3 months. Commitment is a second to second determination to transform, to live by your choices, by your choices. You are not committing to us. We don't seek your commitment. You are committing to yourself. You are committing to the divine that you are. You are committing that in this 1 year period, you shall have taken enough steps to move from a mere earthbound state of existence to one that embraces the thriving of spirit. The fourth desire that we ask of you is justice. No, not in a court of law. Not about changing laws, though you may choose that if you wish. Justice from you to another individual. In every human transaction, with whomsoever it might be with, are you just? Are you giving that person what you would like to receive? Are you taking from that person what you would like to let go of? If you are doing that, you are just. To be just is not about following the letter of the law, which you must because you live in an earthly world. But the justice that we speak of is a very different kind of justice. It is the justice that is practiced by the universal brotherhood, the universal masterhood. We give to you what we would like to receive, what we thrill to receive, what we delight in receiving, and we take away from you what sets us free. And that is the justice that we see. And then we seek from you strength and courage so that you can grieve, so that you can be free, so that you can commit, so that you can be just in every moment. We seek from you strength and courage. You do not need strength and courage to follow the herd. You do not need strength and courage to say yes to what the masses agree with. You need strength and courage to say, I don't agree to the hundreds who do say they agree. Do you have that strength? Do you have that courage? And if you don't at present, then just be truthful to yourself. Because if you are not truthful, if you cannot recognize that for yourself, how will you transform? You cannot change what you do not acknowledge. You might be wondering that we have not asked of you prayer. We have not asked of you meditation. We have not asked of you any spiritual practice. And if you're wondering why, our answer is this. What is the use of prayer when you cannot be just? What is the use of spiritual practice if you cannot have strength and courage? What is the use of meditation if the past has taught you nothing? For many, prayer and meditation and spiritual practice and chanting and retreats are very easy. Life is very difficult. And the LionsGate portal is about life, is for you. It is about you. It is so that you can heal. It is so that you can forgive. It is so that you can make your choices. You can be happy and proud about the choices you make for yourself, so that you can be happy and proud about living according to those choices. And the last thing we seek from you is union. Not union with another. For there is no truthful union with another when there is no union within yourself. When you do not choose the divine feminine when you are unaware of what the divine masculine is, there is no union. It does not exist. It cannot exist. And what does not exist within cannot exist on the outside. So we seek union. We have spoken a lot about oneness, about moving away from separateness and seeing yourself in another. But unless you have the union within, this unity and oneness on the outside shall only remain a very nice sounding spiritual word. You have read so much, you have heard so much, you have prayed so much, but you still continue to judge so much. And then you are disappointed with yourself. You judge when there is no space of union within. When the feminine and the masculine within you look at each other as combatants. The world outside becomes your arena of combat. It is as simple as that. It is as simple as that. The feminine and the masculine have to move ever closer till they are in such union that they are indivisible. When you say Shiva, you automatically say Shakti. When you say Shakti, you automatically mean Shiva, indivisible. You pray to the divine feminine. You pray to the goddess. And when you pray to the goddess, you forget the masculine, you forget the god. And when you pray to the god, you forget the goddess. Why is your focus so narrow? Why is your focus so limited? And it is because you live in these limited, constricted boxes within yourself. What you see outside of you are not human beings. You see other boxes. You do not see human beings. Because we know one thing, and we are dead certain of that. If you would see a human being, there would be instant unity between you and the human being. To attain oneness, to move away from that separateness, these two have to stop having a face-off with each other. They have to stop fighting for supremacy. It is because they are constantly fighting for supremacy that you are constantly fighting for supremacy in your life. If you are a parent, you are fighting for supremacy with your child. If you are a spouse, if you are a partner, if you are an employer, if you are an employee, if you are a friend, you are fighting for supremacy. You want your opinion to be valued. You want your words to be heard. You want your actions to be appreciated because you are seeking supremacy. Because feminine and masculine are constantly seeking supremacy within you. And so in the meditation that follows, we shall attempt to help you in some small way. We shall attempt to help you to grieve, to heal, to forgive, to be just, to commit. But mostly, we shall help you to attain the union. For without that, your ascension and the evolution of the human race is not possible. The evolution of the entire human race is your responsibility alone. This, in just one person, this shall have a domino effect. This, in just one person, the power of one, this in just one person shall begin to topple all the structures that are founded on separateness. We wish you to be that person. We trust you. We know you can. And we have come here today to tell you, we know you can. We trust you. We place our entire faith in you. The evolution of the human race is your divine responsibility, but also your most preciously divine gift. A gift that you give yourself, a gift that you give your world, and a gift that you give to your entire galaxy. We know you can. We know you can beyond a shadow of a doubt. We know you can. Awaken the psychic being in you so that you can hear voices beyond the voices of your ego. so that you can communicate in the language of love that your ego does not understand. Awaken the psychic within you, awaken the divine within you. Activate, constantly activate your crystalline matrix. But remember, none of this will be effective if you have two opponents struggling and battling within you. Thank you for being the one. Thank you. I'm going to take a break for 2 minutes, have some water, and I'm going to be back. And if you would like to get comfortable, have some water, keep some crystals with you for the meditation that is to follow, please take 2 minutes because I shall start in 2 minutes. Thank you. Welcome back, everyone. I am now going to switch off my video because I don't want any kind of distraction for anyone. Make yourself very, very comfortable. Make this meditation a deeply immersive healing experience for yourself. Let us start by breathing in and out. With every breath, entering a deeper space within ourselves. There is the spark of the divine God self within you, and your every breath must be one that takes you closer to that divine God self, that closes the distance between your mind and your God self, between your intellect and your God self, between your ego and your God self. Follow your own deep and rhythmic pattern of breathing, a pattern of breathing that you are very comfortable with. But breathe in very deeply and breathe out completely. And be in no rush. Take your time over this. Every breath is a step that you are taking towards your divine God self. Make every breath a sacred step in this divine journey. You do not have to try and connect and link with the cosmic portal. That cosmic portal is open for you. Its energies are streaming down upon you and into you. Your attention is only upon your breath. Every step on this divine journey within, a journey to your God self. This God self that you have recognized intermittently from time to time, but with whom you lose connection ever so often. And with this meditation, and with this breathing, and with this sacred breath of your life, you begin the permanent journey towards a permanent connection with your God self. Every moment of doubt and anxiety is evidence to the fact that you have in that moment lost that connection. Every negative thought, every emotion of guilt and hate and shame and anger is evidence to the fact that you have lost that connection. And today you reclaim that. And today you reclaim that. You reclaim your connection, permanent, eternal, with your divine God self. And as you now breathe in and out, your breath begins to cleanse your auric field. You are cleansing yourself with your light, with your love. All energies that are not yours to carry anymore You now give them permission to leave. You welcome lightness, you welcome your freedom, you welcome your wholeness. Cleanse the auric field. As you cleanse the chains, begin to start cracking. Cleanse. Let go of energies that are no longer yours to carry. Let them leave your body. You may not be aware, but what you have held on to within your body has also seeped into your space, into your room, into your home, into your workspace. With every breath, you now cleanse your auric field and you also cleanse the space around you. If you have already created your cosmic portal, your own personal cosmic portal, breathe in the energies of this personal cosmic portal that you created so long ago, but which has helped you so much. If you haven't yet created your cosmic portal, I urge you to do that at the earliest. But for now, let your sacred breath cleanse your auric field, your auric energies, and the energies of your room and your home and your workspace. Using your dominant hand, right hand if you are right-handed, and left hand if you are left-handed, place it a few inches away from each chakra and make a few circles, 7 to 9 circles in an anti-clockwise direction. Thus you cleanse the energy from each chakra. I shall keep quiet so that you can use your breath and your dominant hand to cleanse the energies of every chakra, moving your hand in an anti-clockwise direction and using your sacred breath to cleanse the energy of every chakra. If you started with the root chakra, you will have ended at the crown chakra. And if you started at the crown chakra, you would have ended at the root chakra. Wherever you ended, you start the next supercharging process from the chakra where you ended. This time, circling your hand in a clockwise direction at every chakra, with every sacred breath, breathing into the chakra the supercharged energy of the cosmic portal of 8-8, the portal of rebirth, self-empowerment, transformation, ascension. Once again, I shall keep quiet as you use your dominant hand to make circular actions at every chakra in a clockwise direction, breathing in the portal energy, supercharging your chakric system. Let your hands now rest gently upon your lap. With every breath, affirm, I give myself the permission to grieve about lost opportunities. I forgive myself for allowing these opportunities to pass me by. I am getting better at making choices that empower me, that make me self-reliant, that make me proud to be who I am. I am getting better at looking at myself through my eyes and not judging myself through the eyes of others. I am committing here and now to self-love. I believe in myself because my vision has cleared and I see who I am. I recognize my divinity. I believe in my divinity. I commit to my divinity. I have the courage to express my divinity without feeling ashamed, without hesitation, without any guilt. I believe in my intuition. I have the strength, I have the courage to follow my intuition. And if I should err and make mistakes, I have the strength and the courage to remain strong and erect as I rectify my errors without any shame, without any regret, recognizing each error as an opportunity for further growth. I choose to experience the most loving, the most empowering relationship with myself. And towards this end, I now begin the process of encouraging the union of the divine feminine and the divine masculine within me that I am. At this point, place your dominant hand at the back of your neck. This is a very powerful energy inlet, but it is also a very powerful energy outlet. You release the past from this outlet and you take in the multi-galactic high energies from this inlet. Very gently place your palm at the back of your neck and very, very gently rub the back of your neck in order to stimulate and activate this high-powered energy center. As you rub the back of your neck, the portal energies come swirling in through the back of your neck. This spiral of energy getting bigger and stronger. The kind of energy that you draw is entirely specific and unique to you alone. It is the energy that you most need for your spiritual rebirthing, for your transformation, for your heightened consciousness, for your ascension, for your inner union. This energy courses through your body, restoring your physical body, nourishing your emotional body, energizing your mental body. You can place your hand back into your lap and allow this energy to heal you, to energize you, to free you from any issues that you feel entrapped by. As you breathe with every sacred breath, you are now addressing your divine feminine. You may, if you wish, repeat the words after me. It is time for me to surrender. I surrender to the divine feminine. I let go of control through manipulation. I let go of control through emotional blackmailing. I let go of control through emotional isolation. I let go of control through rejection. I let go of the false ego state of sadness and fear, anxiety and depression. And I accept and I surrender to the greatest and highest state of the divine feminine. I surrender to this state. I create my magic in this state. I had entombed the divine feminine, but now I break this tomb. I throw open the door of the tomb. The dark portal of the feminine energy within me is shattered. And the spiral of cosmic portal energy surges in with light, light, light. The divine goddess within me bursting forth in her radiance, in her grandeur, in her magnificence. I give her the freedom. I surrender to her not only for the spiritual side of my life, but also the material one. I refuse to play the game of small and weak. I refuse to wait for someone else to be my savior. I have within me the goddess with all her tools to create the life that I desire. I surrender to this death because I know I shall be reborn. as the divine feminine that I am. There is no more space in me for old wounds. There is no more space in me for the victim. There is no more space in me for one who waits for another to take charge of my happiness and my life. The divine feminine that I am is the all-powerful creator. And only I am in charge of my joy, my abundance, my spirit, my divinity. And now you turn to your divine masculine. And with every breath, you speak to the divine masculine. The goddess God, connected by you, communicated by you. I surrender to you. I free you from the dark place that I had entombed you in. I recognize that it is this dark tomb that I had placed you in that is responsible for parts of my life that seem barren. I walk away from those deserts. I refuse to fight those battles anymore. I refuse to look at the cups that are empty. I refuse to be in situations that do not nurture me, nourish me. I refuse to wait for external figures to give me authority, to make me feel powerful, to give me permission to act. Beloved divine masculine, the God that I am, wipe away the darkness from my eyes, wipe away the ignorance, wipe away my state of sleep. I choose to be awake. I choose to be awake in the power of my higher self, my divine self, where there is no more illusion, no more lying to myself, no more lying to another. I see a vision of you, beloved divine masculine, a vision of strength, a vision of stability, sureness, certainty. I see you, the vision of the warrior spirit that has risen again. I surrender to the union of the goddess God. Neither the feminine nor the masculine choose to control the other. They hold space for each other. They hold space for me, for all the endings that I choose, for all the beginnings that I create. They do not fear the darkness. They do not fear the chaos. They know justice and they use only love. I surrender to the goddess God. I am the goddess God, and I choose justice, and I only know love. The union of the goddess God elevates me to new timelines, to new and higher paradigms. To energy spaces that create only my divine destiny. I am the warrior goddess. I am the nurturing God. I surrender to this union. I am Goddess God. I am God, Goddess. Take a few moments to experience the union, even if you can experience for just a brief moment. Experience it fully so that this brief moment with every passing day becomes longer and deeper and stronger. And whenever you are ready, you can open your eyes. Thank you for being here today. Thank you to all you wonderful, wonderful beings from all over the globe. I am looking at the participants and I'm amazed that for some of you, this must be the wee hours of the morning. For some of you, it is very late at night. But you have shown your commitment to yourself by being here, by adding to this collective energy. And for that, I am deeply grateful. Thank you for being a part of this. Thank you so much. All my love to you.